Hello, welcome back to Prepping in Progress. I'm Steve.
And I'm Kim.
And today we're going to be hopefully finishing up our series on cash.
Caches.
Cash. Cold hard cash.
And we're hopefully going to leave a link above for the other video we did when we were talking about containers and what to put in them. But today we're actually going to go out and about and scouting locations for places to possibly place our cash and places to place. Words to word.
If you have all the wood.
But we're actually going to go show you a really cool, at least we find it, we've been doing it for years, game to help learning how to place, how to find, and learning about cool ways to hide techniques. But we're going to be using Geocaching.com. And I don't know if anybody's ever heard of that or if anybody else plays. If you do, find us on there. We'll totally be friends. We love geocaching. It is a really cool way to, like I said, find new and interesting ways to hide caches. And we use it as part of our prepping. And so we wanted to take y'all on a little journey with us when we're out geocaching. Alright guys, in our last video we talked about these different containers that we picked up. Now both of these are waterproof. We found them both at a certain superstore. We'll go ahead and say it. We found them at Walmart. Most people will be able to get to a Walmart and find them. But they are supposedly waterproof, which we've used these kind of cases for different things and we found them to be pretty water resistant. So we were just going to show you, we filled them up, and this one actually held a lot more than I thought it would. But we put just basic foods in here.
Stripped down MRE.
Stripped down MREs, trail mix. You can have some oatmeal and some tuna fish. I even found some instant coffee packets that we could throw in there because
coffee is life.
We need resupply of coffee. And so, yeah, and actually I filled it up quite a bit with those smaller things. But like I said, just as a, oh, that was really loud. A resupply for your bug out bag. So we were actually going to see about placing these about every 20 miles or so along our bug out route. And don't forget, there's a mosquito flying around, to place them along also any alternative routes that you may be taking. If you have a larger family, like I said, and you want a larger cache, I would probably do these maybe, what do you say, about every 40 miles or every 60 miles, but every 3 days. How much ever you're planning on walking every 3 days to resupply. That way you're only maybe carrying about 3 days worth of food. You don't have so much weight on your back. We talked about that. But in here we have just got your, we've got some MREs, we've got some Mountain House meals, but we're going to be putting this cache out. And hopefully I'm also going to add things that we're going to put up here, which is an extra water filtration system or some water tablets and things like that, because most of these require water to cook up. So having maybe even some black and white fire starters in here for extras, that way you're not having to carry so many. But that is another cache that we're hopefully going to be placing a little bit further out, like I said, about it every 3 days. We are estimating about 20 miles a day. Now that is an overestimation, but if you have little smaller caches about every 20 miles, that will help. And one of these maybe about every 3-day walk, whatever 3 days is for you. All right, on to geocaching. You can get the app on your phone for geocaching, or you can go to the website and download the coordinates. Steve's got this really great.
This is an older handheld GPS, Garmin eTrex. The older ones do have some communications errors when it comes to Windows, and you have to do workarounds and download different programs on Garmin. But when you get to geocaching.com, it's a free sign up for the basic game. You can pay $10, $15 a month or a year, I think, for premium membership, and you get access to caches that people have placed that say this cache is for premium members only.
You also get like hints and tips and stuff like that on where the cache is at for premium members. And so we've done the premium membership for a while just because we want more caches out there. And so
it's something we support because it gets people out of their homes, playing with their equipment. How many times have we said knowledge weighs nothing? Go out and do. Go out and practice. Go out and use your tools. Well, handheld GPS is a wonderful thing. With these, you can type in the coordinates of where you are. You know, you hit mark and it automatically says, oh, well, I'm here, and you can enter in what's there. You can type in the coordinates of where you want to go. It seems that I have deleted where we're going today, but I wrote down the latitude and longitude, so I'm going to manually enter it in. This one was not on the shooting schedule, but Kim has remembered that it was here, and off she goes. Up into the woods, up into the hills.
When we're out geocaching, there's something that we always try to do, and that's just a lot of geocachers do it. It's called cache in, trash out. So when you're out on location geocaching, you find trash. We try to make sure we take it out with us. That's just a little something that a lot of geocachers do. I just wanted to throw that out there. I think I found it. Come on. Yeah, I got me within 20 feet. Yeah. Come here, I'm going to show you what it looks like. Because it's really cool because they're using the same kind of container we bought. So, you want to come look over here underneath the tree? There's a geocache.
And now let's find out how waterproof it is.
Looky there. Yeah. All right, it looks like one of the clamps are possibly missing, but let's see what we got here.
It's waterproof?
Wipes and dry. It's a little bit damp, the water is, so it may, with the clamp, it may not have stayed completely waterproof. So looky there. So this is damp, and so it's not as waterproof. And this is common with cache. Oh, there you go. That'll show you how not waterproof.
With the clamp missing, it is not completely waterproof.
So we'll have to test out ours. And so, but this is a good idea to see what containers are really good. But this is common for geocaches. You have like little toys. If you take something, leave something of equal or lesser or more value. But you sign your name to it, and then you try to replace it back to where it was. So we may come up here later and fix their cache by getting them a new bucket or something. So that's a geocache. All right, on to the next one.
Okay, guys. This cache is a particularly difficult one. I'm not even guaranteeing that we're gonna find it. It's that well hidden. But as we come up here, you're gonna see that we have to go up to get to it. So up, guys, is that way. We are overlooking behind us the Kiamachi Valley in the beautiful land of Arkla, Texahoma.
We're in bear country. Huh?
We're in bear country. So, it's been a while since I did this one. And up we go. One of the great things about geocaching is it takes you to places you never would have imagined existed. And you find hiding places you never thought could have been done. Okay, I remember it being on the flat, just on the edge, right there.
Let me get in close so I can see how it goes. It's hidden. Ooh, that was a hole. Oh, I didn't see it.
There's an Army Green ammo can buried in leaves.
Boom.
This wasn't even very well hidden, but it's
Hard
there.
to get to. All right, let's see.
Do a quick Microsoft 2004 Streets and Trips. Mardi Gras beads, little purse, little mini camera. We've done this before, but I'm just going to sign it to say it's still here, more for people who are coming behind us. So, we are only about 100 yards, maybe, from a major highway, the Queen Talamina Trail, or the Talamina Trail, Scenic Drive. I can actually pick out the yellow line from the road right over there. And we just spent a good 20 minutes looking for this thing. If you wanted to stash food or anything else going a little further up, it'd be pretty easy to do. And we're just talking location. We're not talking camouflage, putting deadfall over it, praying you remember where you marked it. I am going to throw one bit of advice out. If you're going to use a GPS to mark a cache in an area like this, do it in the fall where the leaves are down. You can get a better GPS signal. All right, guys. We got to make our way back down to the road. I'm out of here.
Whew, that was a hike.
Oh, the places I take you.
I like the places that you take me.
I'm glad. Just to wrap this up, that was an uncamouflaged cache that we spent a good 20 minutes or more looking for. You're not going to get every single minute of the search uploaded. I do want to throw out a couple of thoughts, though, as I wrap this part of it up. If you are placing a bug out cache, if you are placing a SHTF cache with food, water, shelter, supplies, don't put it so far back in the backwoods that you're going to expend more calories getting to it and getting it and finding it than you are going to get out of it. Remember, when you're in a dire situation, it turns into a calories game. Calories in versus calories out. And you don't want to be expending more than you're bringing in. That's all I've got. You got anything to say?
Well, I was, but my phone is acting buggy. Sorry, guys. I had to touch the phone. The biggest thing is try getting out here and geocaching and seeing what caches work, what do well, because these are out in the elements year round. This is worldwide, so no matter where you're watching, if you're our viewers there in Germany or if you're in Florida, it doesn't matter. These geocaches are worldwide. So,
you picked up a couple in Rome, didn't you?
I did. When I went and visited in Italy, we picked up some in Rome, and they're really cool to go find, even in cities, to find really neat, unique places to be able to hide a cache. So don't think that you can't cache just because you live either in the city or, well, I'm not going to be taking a major road. Some of these are out in the middle of nowhere, and you can see how they're hidden on hiking trails and things like that. But the biggest thing is get out, try and find some. If nothing else, it is a fun game. You can practice hiking, you can practice rucking while getting out here and doing it. It's a great exercise mentally and physically.
So, all right. We'll talk to you soon.
All right, bye, guys. Get out and have some fun.